fun begins.
Just get those wonderful toys.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Hello. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Got a new little setup here. The wife got me a microphone. I hope that makes it sound a little bit better. Ian, if you're out there, let me know. I know I always a little too low sometimes for you guys. So I got this new little microphone. She picked me up at Target. So hopefully I sound a little bit better. Let's see. Let's take a look at the chat. There's Ian right there. Yeah. All right. Glad to see you made it. Bjorn, welcome. Shmebulok. Jabalong Jeff, thank you. Thanks for coming. Hey again, Bjorn. Hey, Jabalong. Bob, good friend Bob. Bob's always hooking me up. Thank you, Bob. Thanks for having me on today. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Sentinel, MCR. Sentinel is MCR. MCR is Sentinel. If you guys don't know that, ahoy. Good to see you guys. Will, Rocket Will. You made it. Thanks, man. What's up? Let's see. All right. Looks like I'm caught up. Bjorn, Will. All right. You guys can hear me okay, right? Hopefully I'm not too loud or I'm not too soft. Yeah, so I was on earlier about an hour ago with Bob and Marvin from the Edge, the Kickstarter Edge, and had a great show. Really like Marvin, really like the figure, everything he had to say. If you guys haven't seen that yet, sounds good. All right, thank you, Ian. Please check out that video and consider backing the Kickstarter if you can. If you can't, you can't. But please check out the video at least for Bob and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to Bob, please do. He's doing great stuff out there. He's a great guy in the community. Let's see. So the last 2 weeks kind of slowed down a little bit. I shot a whole bunch of videos. I actually shot 3 videos. Paul Morales, welcome. Welcome to the party, Paul. I shot 3 videos this last 2 weeks that I didn't post because I just ran out of time editing. But I did post 3 videos in the last 2 weeks. So talk about those really quick. I think before I do that, I think the topic or what we're going to really focus on later on in the show, after I go through some of the kind of the domestic news, we're going to focus on the Shanghai Toy Show, the WonderCon stuff. I'm going to kind of leave it open because there was so much stuff there. So if you guys, if you want to talk about Acid Rain, Planet Green Valley, name your line, we'll have time to do that. That's going to be kind of the focus of the news today. But first, the last 2 weeks, I did 3 videos. Did a Fresh Monkey Fiction Downtown Sergeant Brown that Bob was nice enough to pick up for me at Joe Fest. So I did a video on that. I did a video on Power of the Force 2 Bantha and Tusken Raider. And then I did another Star Wars video on Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati from the Vintage Collection. 2 very good figures. Very cool stuff. If you haven't got a chance to check them out, please do. I think they're fairly short videos, not very long, those ones. But I do have, in the next 2 weeks, I've already shot them, I mentioned. I'm going to do a video on the Joy Toy Krang from Joy Toy, or the Joy Toy TMNT Krang, the Hammerhead from the Vintage Collection, and I've got a haul video for last month. I'm a little bit behind posting that, but I still need to kind of look at it and edit it a little bit. Hello, everybody. I need that Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, he's cool. Actually, you know when a figure's really good when you're inspired to like take a photo. And so I did post. I actually posted. Yeah, I posted a picture of it on Instagram, like a team up between Axel Foley, Batman, and the Turtles. It just kind of dawned on me because I had them all here, and so that's when you know a figure is good, right? You get inspired, you want to play with it, and shoot it, pose it. That Hammerhead looks very good. Yeah, it does. It's a really good figure. I'm not sure I'm happy with my video. I might redo part of it. Um, that's the problem, when you look at something and why did I say that? Why did I do so? I might reshoot part of it. Will there may still have some of those? Oh yeah, on the web store, yeah, there might be. I haven't checked lately. We're going to talk a little, like for a brief moment, about Fresh Monkey Fiction, because they are in my news. They are in the news. But I think that's the next 3 weeks. Haul, TMNT Krang, Star Wars Vintage Collection Hammerhead. I'll probably stagger them one every other day. So at least 3 videos this week. I hope you'll take some time to watch them. The haul was pretty big too. It was a pretty good haul. Pretty happy with it. Very expensive, mostly because Hasbro decided to ship everything at once, even though everything was ordered weeks and months apart. Shipped it all at once, charged my card 6 times. Not what I was expecting, but that's how it happened. Thanks, I'll check it out. I want one for Eddie Brock custom. Oh yeah, that'd be a good custom. Yeah. All right, so that's the last 2 weeks. That's the next 2 weeks. Open it up here kind of at the end to talk a little bit about the WonderCon, the Shanghai Toy Show. So there's a lot of good stuff there. It seems like that is the place for 118. If it's not like Joe Fest, that would be the other one. Because those Asian companies are, Jeff will tell you, Javelin, Joy Toy, those guys are keeping 118 alive, and it's thriving. It's doing really well. So there's a lot to talk about, lots of pictures. Let's see what you guys are talking about here. Speaking of Eagle Force, we should be getting that Commander Coco sometime soonish. Yeah. Yeah, it sounded like it, huh? Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming from Eagle Force. Side note, it was interesting in our chat that Bob and I had with Marvin. He did say he talked to Eagle Force and Boss Fight, and he wanted to make sure everything was in scale and everything. So that's really important. To someone like me, I'm a scale jerk, I guess. I don't know. I only collect 118, 375. 99% of my collection is 375, 118. So knowing that it's compatible scale-wise with those other figures just pulled me even more into it. So, there's Marvin right there. Hey, Marvin, hey, thanks for stopping by. Gonna talk. Really, we've been mentioning the Kickstarter a little bit here. Not gonna focus too much on it, but we are gonna talk about it, which is a good segue. Let's go straight into the news. But I realize I need to connect this. Hold on one sec. I always do this. I forgot. So I gotta go like this. There we go. Sorry. I always forget to do that last step. So, Marvin, thanks for stopping by. Great chat today. And I noticed it looks like it went up a little bit. So that's great news. Even from the time we were talking to now, it looks like it's gone up a little bit. Over 53, 54% now, I think. Almost there. Got plenty of time. Over 3 weeks. I'm not going to focus too much on this because Bob and I just talked to Marvin for an hour, but please take a look at Bob's video. Check out the Outer Multiverse. A lot of good stuff in there. It was a great talk. Really, thankful that I was invited to ask some questions, and I got some great answers. So please check it out. We're kind of going to go down the Kickstarter row here, just briefly, and close that one. So 30 and 25. It says 2 hours. Let me refresh this. Malcolm's project, it's funded. I was hoping it would hit like 1,000 over, but it's over, so it doesn't matter. He's about $400 over his goal, so this is going to happen. There's 2 hours left. If you're interested at all, I would jump in now because, like most Kickstarters, when this figure does hit his store or wherever it goes, it's probably going to be $5 or $10 more. So you're going to save that $5 or $10 now by buying today. So just consider that if you're on the fence about this one. Looks pretty cool. You can see I'm in for 44 bucks. I'm going to get a figure, and I think the comic book, I think, was what I went after. So check this one out. Only a couple hours left. So make it happen. Good one. And then in the last 2 weeks, and these guys, I was in and out. I was trying to watch Wilhelm and Bob were talking to, I think they said his name was Carlos. I could be wrong about that. Solid Raven Toys was on Wilhelm today. I believe it was him. And I'll have to catch it later because I was in and out. But it started, it's got, jumped out, 50% almost in the first day, I think. And looks good. A couple weeks left, about 2 weeks left. He's still got a ways to go with not as much time maybe as Marvin's. But I think it's going to go through. I had decided to back it for one figure with the idea that if it funds, you can add on a figure. So I'm probably going to get 2 figures because I think the guy that I really wanted is an add-on, and it was the Killmonger looking guy. So I'll probably grab Seiko here and this guy, the Killmonger looking dude. If it's unlocked, if it's opened up. I kind of want the girl too, but we'll see. Stretched a little thin, trying to support a lot of guys right now, a lot of Kickstarters. I don't know if they'll all make it, but I have to plan like they will, financially. So they all go through, I've got to pay it. So that's where I'm at with this one. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and this one will be closer to finishing. So we'll be able to touch on this a couple days before the end and see how we're doing. I think it's going to fund. This one's got a lot of, I feel like a lot of people are talking about it, at least on Instagram. It seems to, it's an O-ring done in a realistic style. O-rings are hot right now. And I think it's going to go through. All right, let's see. Now let's switch. That was the Kickstarters. We're kind of just catching up on the Kickstarters. Let's jump to some of the other kind of 118.375 news that happened that wasn't related to the toy show or Kickstarter. And the first thing that kind of came up, I think about a week ago, was more Reaction Plus figures from Super 7. I've already seen people getting these at Target and online. You've got the Duke First Sergeant Tiger Force version. Looks cool. I think, it's a Target exclusive, so you're only going to get this at Target. And I've seen pictures of people already finding it. So it looks to be, just like it was in the old days. It's just a repaint of the existing figure with the Tiger Force stuff, new card back. Cool, cool. It would go good with those Raven figures we were just looking at. That's your thing. I was a little more interested in this movie Reaction Plus wave of figures. We've got Pythona, which I've always wanted. I think, Bob, you got one at Joe Fest this year, like a modern one. And we've got this Destro, Snake Eyes, and we've got Big Lob. So I think it's a good little wave. I don't know if I'll get any, but if I did, I'd get Big Lob probably. And Pythona, in a perfect world, I'd grab Destro as well. I'm not really into Snake Eyes. I've never totally been into the figures that are climate specific, desert Snake Eyes, Snake Eyes Commando Arctic or whatever, I'd rather just have the plain Snake Eyes or whatever. But these two, the Pythona, the Pythona looks good, Ian, I agree. Looks good. So does Big Lob. And he looks a little bit bigger than some of these guys. It's hard to tell because these are renderings, but I think he's supposed to be pretty tall. I need Big Lob for my rookie group of figures. Yeah, Python and Destros and Reaction Plus are some good figures. Yeah, I think so. I think another good wave from Super 7. I picked up the Fatal Fluffies and the other big guy, I forget his name right now, but good figures. Their selection has been pretty good, I'll say. But if you're not an O-ring guy, then it just doesn't matter. But good selection, good figures. I still look at the Pythona on eBay every now and then, but it's just too expensive. It's just, I think, a couple $100. And I do like this design of Destro. A little bit looks like the Retaliation, I think, or the Retaliation version, kind of with the trench coat. Trying to build up some decent female figures. Yeah, she's a good one. But yeah, these are up already on this website, I think, to purchase. Haven't seen any videos on them yet. I don't know if it's a pre-order. It says coming soon here. This is a couple days old now, in between our last show and this one. So I think they're up for sale now on the Super 7 website. So if you're interested at all, grab them. I do really love these card backs. I wish Haya did this with the modern stuff, but they would all be the same. They got to do something a little different. But I love these card backs. This is as nostalgic as the Star Wars Racetrack when I see this card, the red, white, and blue. But very cool figures. So we got Tiger Force, Duke, and we've got these 4 here. So 5 figures, Reaction Plus dropped in the last 2 weeks. Super 7 Reaction Plus. So go grab them if you want them. They are expensive. I think they're about, what are they now, 25? I think they're $25 now. I think they started at 20, but now they're 25, I think. They're up for pre-order on SAF here in the UK. Okay, so it's pre-order. Yeah, that makes sense. The lower part of Destro's coat is softer plastic, so it doesn't limit his articulation too much. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I've only seen these pictures. Did someone have them, Bob, or did you got a picture of a real figure? Because I'm wondering, is that head, is his head like C-3PO? I'm blanking. Yeah, you know what I mean? Is it oh my gosh, I hate when that happens. It always happens when I'm on camera. But yeah, his head, is it oh man, never mind. Someone put it in the chat. You have them already. Okay, great. Great, yeah, so they're out there. So it looks like they're on pre-order in the UK, but they're shipping here in the States. So yeah, they look pretty good. Maybe I'll grab Big Lob. Maybe I'll grab Pythona. I'm not sure. All right, next thing. Vac Metal. It popped in my head. Vac Metal. Head is painted silver, not Vac Metal. Oh, you said it right there. That is so weird how that happens. Yes, so it's painted silver, not Vac Metal. Okay, good to know. Okay, I'm going to switch to this next item. This came to me from Sentinel MCR. Shout out to MCR. I saw he was out there. He sent me this on Instagram and said, hey, have you seen this? And apparently, Jazzwares is doing a 3.75 1/18 scale Stranger Things figures, and this guy mentions, let's give him some credit here. Well, it was Sentinel who sent it to me, so shout out to Sentinel MCR. Wildman, not heard of him. I have to check out his channel. But he said these are turning up in your Targets and your Walmarts, and he got the Demogorgon here. 375 Jazzwares, pretty articulated. I think the only thing it didn't have, if you go through the video, was a waist articulation. So nothing in the chest or the waist, but ankles, wrists, elbows, shoulders, knees. The head was like on a ball joint with a hinge, and it actually comes with a second head, and you can see it here to scale. That's Marvel Universe, Haya. What is that guy? I forget what that guy is, but we got Mattel, Jurassic, DC Spin Master over here, another Mattel, Jack Black. No torso articulation, but otherwise good. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Thanks for sending this to me. I think I'll grab this guy. I don't know if I'll display him with that crazy face head. I'll probably go this way. But this would be a good alien army builder. I believe they're only going to be about $10, as he said. So that's a good price, you know. Jazzwares does good stuff. I'm not sure why they didn't give him waist articulation, but I think he's got more than enough to make happen whatever you want to do. You want to play, you want to shoot photos. $10, you can army build this guy. I've never seen Stranger Things. It's not something that I'm into. I don't like like science fiction scary. I've told you that before. So I'm not a big Aliens fan, but I like Predator. But it looks cool. It looks cool. Everyone needs a Demogorgon. Yeah, I do. I do. I need a couple of them, especially at $10. I think two of them would be pretty cool. Creepy monsters. They could be aliens on your space station. Your military guys can be fighting a vampire or alien invasion. This guy can work with a lot of stuff. Teenage figures could be cool. Yeah, at the scale. Yeah, the head body would be good for custom aliens and monsters. Yeah, and at $10, we were talking about this on the live stream with Marvin. You know, you could easily customize these guys and part them out for other things, and it's compatible. That's important. It looked like too on the back of the card that there is at least a couple other figures, like you mentioned, Will. Maybe some teenagers, so some kids. They could be background characters. I think these two, like the kids or like the civilians, would go probably pretty perfect with the Mattel Jurassic stuff, because they also have kids like the Camp Cretaceous type stuff. The Demogorgon head body, good custom aliens for head swaps. 3.75-inch teenage figures would be cool for scale. Yep, 200% Bjorn, 100% Bjorn. Everyone needs a Demogorgon. Everybody's on that train, the Demogorgon train. You know, I tried to watch the show. I watched the very, very first episode, the very first season when this show started. My wife and I watched it, and we were just like, we don't like to be scared. And it was a little bit like, like thriller type kind of stuff. And I'm just not into that more. I told you guys I'm more into like military, like blow them up, shoot them up. But I do like the girl on this. She's really pretty. I wonder why that's the only review of those figures. I had not even heard about this until you told me. It's good to see Jazzwares getting something back on the shelf, isn't it? I mean, he mentioned somewhere around here that's where he got it and it's hitting Target. So that's great. Jazzwares really, I find them at Ross. Well, I haven't lately, but I know they're turning up at Ross, but I haven't really seen anything from Jazzwares since Fortnite and Halo, since they opened that vault, their online store, the Vault. They just haven't really been in brick and mortar anymore. I'm not sure why, but this guy, Wolfman, is that what he was? Wildman, said that that's where he found it. I've never seen an episode. Okay, yeah, I only watched the first one. The kids make a decent stand-in for Skeleton Crew. Oh, that's a good point, Ian. They would, yeah, for Skeleton Crew kids. Yeah, we're probably. Man, I hope we get them. We didn't get anything but Jod, right? That's the only thing we got from Skeleton Crew. I'm not into horror being scared either, but I got into Stranger Things. It's great. 80s nostalgia. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that too. I've seen pictures of it. Rad Galaxy never got into Stranger Things. Yeah, it's a thing though, right? It's like and welcome, Rad. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's got its own, fan base. I've seen lunch pails and clothes and dolls and books and comics, and it's its own franchise. It's pretty big now, but I've never seen it either. Never seen Stranger. I'm not sure what it's even about. Yeah, I really don't know. I'm not one to speak because I haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm not really sure either. But this guy looks good. We can all use him, right, in our space stations or fighting our Joy Toy GI Joe or whoever military guys. This guy, why couldn't he can battle your O-rings, and why not? Those Rise of Nexus, come on, Reaction Plus. This design is kind of timeless when it comes to just being a scary looking alien. But I think I'm gonna rock him with this head, because the other one I can't that's the thing. I don't know if you can say I'm a chicken shit, but I don't like to look at ugly things a lot. So that thing's ugly. I'd probably use it for a photo or two, and then I go straight back to this head. Tons of Stranger Things stuff at my dollar stores. Yeah, yeah, it's everywhere, huh? It's everywhere. Um, yeah, it's everywhere. But thank you, Sentinel MCR, for sending this over. Not heard about it, but I'm gonna keep an eye out because I think I at $10, I probably will grab this guy and maybe a kid or two as well. There's 11 and Dustin. I know there's a lot of more kids in the show, and there's got to be. I think they're like up to 6 or 7 seasons. I think so. I'm sure the kids have different outfits and they change and all that good stuff. So hopefully, Jazzwares, they're back in the game. Support them if you can. If you can't, not a big deal. Not a big deal. All right. Let's see. What was the next thing? Oh, um, oh, that doesn't look right. Let's close that. So we were talking. Why is it doing that? I've never seen it do that before. Maybe it's. Oh, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to refresh. Let's refresh real quick. So Fresh Monkey Fiction. It's not gonna work. We're just gonna keep it right here. This one right here, guys. Let me see if it's doing it to all of them. That's too bad. Maybe if well, we're not going to worry about it. Eagle Force Greatest Hits Volume 1. In this post on Instagram, they point out that they want to do a rerun of some of the more popular figures that are sold out, hard to find, hard to get, in case you missed them the first couple times, because these are small batch and they always seem to sell out. And it looks like he got 56 comments. He said, I'm guessing this is it Bill, is the one that wrote this, but basically he said, hey, leave in the comments here some of the characters you'd like to see. We'll take a look at it, and we are probably going to do some of them. So I don't know if anybody's out there that missed something. You want to drop a line in here. This is great news for people that are army building figures that aren't around anymore, or you missed on the figures. I think this is a great idea. Check it out. Leave a comment. My dollar store has the Motu World smallest just a few days ago. Oh, really? Those little teeny ones, those are cool. I have a Transformer, a Starscream, I think. Hopefully Eagle Force releases the old Eagle Force Troopers. Yeah, it sounds like it's kind of up for, it's by popular demand. So whatever, people say, I mean, he's already has 56 comments. I'm sure some of those are repeats. Someone saying, oh yeah, I want this. Oh yeah, I want that one too. Unfortunately, there's so many. I think he mentions, and that's the thing I was trying to read here. It doesn't even show me what it said, but I think he said there's like, I could be wrong, right? There's over 100 figures, or there's 100 figures, or 50 to 100 figures they've already done. So he can't possibly do them all, but maybe the ones that we need, Boss Fight revealed a ton of Conan merch from 112. Yeah. For a second, I thought they were 118, and my heart jumped for joy. I know. I saw that too. I left a comment on their page. I saw Pirates did. I think a couple of you guys did. Boss Fight. A little frustrating with them. There's so many people doing Conan right now at 112, and they're doing the 5.5-inch Conan, whatever scale that is. I don't know. The math is not my subject. But it seems like there's an opportunity for them to do, a 118 that no one else is doing. They have the market cornered on that, and they do 118 so well. And they even have that like barbarian guy. I don't have him. It was kind of like Conan. I forgot his name. A lot of people have him now. He's one of the couple waves ago. It seems like they almost had the tooling for that character already. I don't know what's going on with them. They're really frustrating. Supposedly, I've mentioned this in a couple other of the streams. By December, by the end of the year, they're supposedly going to fulfill all of those back pre-order pre-orders that have been unfulfilled for like a year. But yeah, that was really frustrating. I thought the same thing because they look so good, and Boss Fight does do a really good job um, when they do it. They just don't do it that often anymore. It feels like, and they're doing the Red Sonia, right? And she's in both scales. I'm wondering why they're not doing the Conan in both scales. I mean, it could be, guys, it could be that we just didn't buy enough of them, pre-order enough, so they're not, wanting to do that again. Again, when we were talking to Marvin, I thought that was really enlightening when he said, Loose Collector wanted to do it in 112, and he said, no, I want to do it in 118. So I think that the toy companies in general, 112 is where it's at. So even something like that, they're trying to get the creators even to, hey, I know you want to do 118, but come on, let's do 112. And Boss Fight seems to have fallen in line with that as well. Jeff says that Eagle Force is floating reissues. Now suggestions to me, the current pre-orders are doing well. Otherwise, I couldn't see them doing it if this was disappointing. Yeah, they're seeing the demand, huh? And they've probably been getting a lot of comments. When are you going to bring this guy back? Or are we going to ever see this guy again? And so that's good news. That is good news, Jeff. That's a good point. And that was why, too, keep going back to the stream with Bob. That was my line of questioning with Marvin about Big Bad getting involved is, when they were at Joe Fest, Bob, you streamed their panel. They seemed to, I remember the guy said from Big Bad, I forget his name now, but he was like, yeah, 118's doing really well. And it's going up. I think that it was his quote was, yeah, it's getting even busier. So I would think that at least they have an appetite to do it. And that's why I was like, I want them to get involved, to help Marvin out. By just putting the Kickstarter, that figure on their front page, so many people use Big Bad Toy Store. Thousands, right? It's got to be like the number one toy store online retailer. And they backed, they pushed a couple of the other ones, and I mentioned them, the Realms one, the Monstores. There was a couple of them that they got in. He alluded to that maybe they didn't go as well, and that was why. But man, that's exactly the kind of push we need to get something, something made, and it seems like they're pretty confident with the Eagle Force stuff, so that's good. I'd like to see them help someone else out as well, which they are, right? With the Bob, I wrote it down last time, Liberty Legion. Where is it? Yeah, I think it was Liberty Legion. So they are helping out, a few people here in their inner circle, but I'd like it to help out a few other people. Let's see, Michael Hefner, welcome. BFS is really into Popeye and Strawberry Shortcake. Yeah, they are, the older IPs. And Jim Henson, right? They like the Muppets and the Fraggle Rock guys. Until 112 has been around for 50 years, I'm still going to call it a fad. I hope so. And Garfield, yeah, it's another one. Yeah, Garfield, they're doing Garfield. They're pulling a lot of this 80s stuff, and but all that stuff was, a lot of it was 118.375 back in the 80s. 112 is a virus. Yes, it must be contained. Shields of Liberty. Dang it. One of these days I will get that right. Liberty Legion. Shields of Liberty. Yeah. So I'm wondering too, because right, they're using some of that same tooling that Eagle Force is using. So sounds like Jeff said, I think they're about to pump some stuff out for us. It's rampant. Yeah, it's contagious. Contagious. I am immune though. I am immune. I've got the vaccine. I'm 118. Die hard 3.75. So I hope you guys get your shot, get your vaccine. But you probably have already got it if you're here, I'm guessing. All right. So Eagle Force. Yeah. Leave your comment. Leave your comment. It'd be interesting to see what wins this contest, if it's a contest, we could call it that. Ed stuff is awesome. Yeah, I want to get my hands on some of Ed stuff. Yeah, it's probably my most wanted thing left this year now, as everything else has started to fulfill. Okay, so last tab here to the main subject of the toy talk. I tried to join that Facebook group, Bob, that you mentioned, the 118, but I guess you have to be accepted. So because I was having trouble trying to find someone who posted all of this stuff from the WonderCon. These guys seem to have done a lot of photos as well. Even more so, so for example, like Haya hasn't posted anything, at least when I was putting this together. They hadn't even posted anything from being at the show. Neither had Boris Ping, but I know they're at the show because I saw pictures of them, but they're not using their social media very well to drum up support. If I have to go to this website or this page, who is a seller, to find the products that they were displaying. So, I find that kind of odd, because that's what social media is for on the business side. You should be using it to promote their stuff. But this is where I got the photos. This is what we'll go through. And hopefully I'll get accepted to that group. So next time I can use their photos, because it sounded like Bob said they had a lot of good pictures. I'm allergic to O-ring as well. Oh, you got the allergy. You got the O-ring allergy. Oh, wow. Let's see. Michael, do you have an allergy to 5-POA? I'm guessing you do. If you're allergic to O-ring, I think it's kind of like what's that stuff that's in the food that you can't have? Gluten. Are you 5 points free, gluten free? You will be accepted. It just takes them a few days. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I hope to get in there. I didn't know about that group until Bob said it just an hour ago. Aliana is one of the AliExpress stores. A lot of people seem to use them. Yeah, I use them from AliExpress as well. So let's see. So Acid Rain was there, obviously. Boris Ping, Haya Toys, Planet Green Valley, Blockies. We've got a lot to go through. I hope you guys have a few minutes and we can jump around. Yep, no 5-POA or 112. All right, my kind of guy. I'm gonna say this. I'm expecting Ian to comment. 5-POA is not okay. What is the correct response to that? Ian's gonna say it is, and sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. I'll admit, sometimes it is. Robots, sometimes creatures. But yeah, I know some people with O-rings, 5-POA. It's the community. The umbrella is big to cover us all. I'm okay with O-ring, but not a fan of 5-POA. See, there you go. All right, let's jump in. I don't even know where to start. There's so much stuff here. There he is. 5-POA is a legacy scale and deserves respect. Thank you, Ian. I was setting you up for that. Let's see. I don't think this is going to work the way I thought if the picture is going to be this small. So let me do one thing, guys, and see if I can restart it. So let's come back to here. All right, I closed that window. Now I'm going to go back to it, or maybe I can open it over here and go back to here. See if it's any better now. I'm not sure why it was doing that. It wasn't doing it earlier, but maybe I did something wrong. I'm a little bit of technology challenge sometimes. Okay, let's try again. Let's go back to share the window. All right, let's see if I click. Let's click on this Planet Green Valley, see what happens. No, it's not gonna work. Oh, there it goes, man. It was me. It was me the whole time. What did I say? I was technology challenged. So now let me move my chat over here so I can see. When I go full screen, then it works. Okay, there we go. So I guess we're gonna start here, guys. Detroit Tigers. Someone say Tigers. Oh yeah, you want to look at that tiger? That tiger looks badass, doesn't it? I know I want that tiger. I saw that. It's like, wow. Savage Crucibles. I have Is it Savage Crucibles, Xerxes, Fury Toys? Oh, okay, it's all of them here. Let's see who makes that. I'm not sure who makes that tiger, but I want that tiger. I even want this thing. And these will usually work with 118, you know, as long as it, you know, can sit, the figure can sit down. This is where 5POA, you know, where it sometimes it struggles because guys can't sit down to straddle a vehicle or straddle a beast or something. Majestic. Yeah, 5POA was great in 76. Adventure People were great. Yeah, they were. Yeah. But you have that tiger. These creatures look awesome. It's like some of the 112 stuff. Man, these all look really good. This little guy here, I'm curious about whatever this little guy is here. Does anybody know what that is? Is that Monkey King? But it looks like it's probably 118. I noticed that none of the signs really, I don't see anything in English. I can't really get close. Can't, yes, yeah, some cool stuff. Creatures, you know, 112 scale creatures and stuff typically work pretty well. This horse probably not as much. Sun Wukong. That's who that guy is. Yeah, he looks like he's the right scale. But we'll see. We'll see. I do have that one. A couple years ago, there was a Monkey King figure that came on a card back that was collector friendly. I was able to get one of those. I think I got it off eBay because I couldn't get it on AliExpress. And it's a good figure. It's a really good figure. It's with my fantasy stuff, which I don't get out that often anymore. I need to. All right, Planet Green Valley, guys. Some people say, right, that Planet Green Valley is I've heard it. I don't know if it holds up anymore. That is the number 118 scale line when it comes to customizing, articulation, all the stuff that we love. Sculpt paint, very expensive. Very expensive. This guy looks new. General figures. It looks like it's kind of space suit. Is that a bubble helmet? You can see right there, Jeff. Is that a bubble helmet? Might be. Oh yeah, we got bubble helmets. So they look good. I'm guessing this is them. You know, solid white, just like an astronaut suit, like we in real life. They look good. They look really good. Haven't got any Planet Green Valley in quite a while. I think altogether I only have 4. I might have 5. I'll say 4. I have 4 Planet Green Valley figures. They were expensive. I got them on AliExpress. Very good. They're really good. They're just so expensive. I mean, I think they're like, even on AliExpress, they were like $50, maybe 55. Very expensive. Not easy to collect them. Probably even more now with all the things that are going on and shipping. You have to have a lot of Green Valley. I wish I did. I wish I had Planet Green Valley money. Yeah, me too. I have 1 Planet Green Valley. The Droid Soldier, love them, but too expensive. Yeah. How many normally kit bashes with them? Really? Yeah, see, I can't do that either. I can't afford it. The White Astronaut looks to be an unpainted figure for the show. Don't know if we'll have a general release or just the painted ones. Yeah, so yeah, I couldn't tell because her head's painted, right? But not the rest. And you're thinking she's a prototype probably. Yeah, because look here, these little arms, are those guns? Those are arms. Yeah, this one's painted. It's hard to tell, right? These are probably all in different stages of design and production, I'm guessing. This one and right here kind of looks like that one that we were just looking at. It's hard to tell, but it looks like a lot of new stuff. I don't recognize, like these I recognize. I have one of these girls with the skirt. But like these ones at the bottom I don't recognize. It's got some of the bikini girls up here. Some more bikini girls. I paid $89 for mine like 2 years ago. Yeah, I haven't got one this year. I think I got 2 last year, and the other 2 I got the year before that. I wonder if collectors in China have tons of Planet Green Valley. That's a good question. I mean, like a lot of things, they're probably a lot cheaper over there. I don't know, Jeff. You can chime in on that. Planet Green Valley. Oh, it's under 30 in China. There's only expensive overseas, small quantities, limited distribution. Yeah. So maybe People are army building Planet Green Valley in China, I guess, or Asia. But I have a couple of these guys. I got one of these guys up here. I think I have 3 girls and 1 guy. But they look good. They fit in really well with Joy Toy stuff, the Joy Toy military stuff, the Dark Sources, and that kind of thing. And I think I haven't really gotten them out. That's probably something I need to do when I do a size comparison to see how they look with the Hiya Toys GI Joes, because it's kind of in that same world, right? Like sci-fi military. Planet Green Valley are easy to get in China, but you have to act fast. They sell it quickly over here too. Oh, really? So they're really popular. Makes sense. Makes sense. They're good. They are good. They're as good as people say, but I don't know if they're worth, on our end, in the States at least, if they're worth 55, as Mike was saying, 89. I don't know about that. That's a bit extreme, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So Planet Green Valley, good assortment, good representation, good showing at WonderCon. Wish I could get more. Wish I could get more. See, this is why I think I thought maybe that is just a prototype. I thought maybe this was a finished one. But probably not. But it's cool if it is like this. If say it is white, say this is finished, you could easily paint this thing yourself. Whatever color you wanted. It's a base coat being white. Very easy, even for someone like me that doesn't customize that much. White canvas, a little easier to paint on. Small quantities of each is the core issue, I suspect. Yeah. All right. So what's next? Where do we go? That's the thing. A lot of this stuff, it's not labeled quite as well as I would hope. Let's go to Hiya, because I had seen some stuff on Hiya. So Hiya Toys. It's like they're really pushing the MonsterVerse, the King Kong, Godzilla, all of those kind of guys in between. Not these. I don't believe these are 118, but there was some 118 stuff here at the end. These look cool. Mega Man, I think, is that 118? Exquisite Basic. That's the 6-inch then, right? Because Exquisite Mini is 118. Exquisite Basic is their 112 scale. About stuff looks cool. LTK has them listed regularly. Yes, they do. Yeah. I know, but for some reason, every time I had the money or I went to do it, I found them on AliExpress a little bit cheaper. But yeah, LT Cave is my go-to, and Cool Toys Club are probably my 2 favorite overseas stores. But yeah, you're right. It's a good place if you're having trouble, if you don't want to use AliExpress or trust AliExpress, which I know some people don't like. That would be the way to go. So I thought, did I miss it? Oh, I hit the wrong arrow. I always do that with Instagram. So I thought this guy, these look like Hiya Toys Walking Dead figures, I believe, right, guys? This guy looks new. I don't think they've shown us this one, this African American guy. You guys recognize him? I don't think we've seen this one before. I think we might have seen this guy. Maybe not. But this guy looks newer to me. I could be wrong about that. But he looks like a buy. He looks like he could be an army builder. If you're not just collecting for the story, the real story. Looks like he's got a sniper rifle, some extra hands, and something else in his hands, that like a poker, kind of stick, spear. Walking Dead, Ezekiel, and Morgan. Okay. Have we seen? I'm not sure who's Ezekiel and who's Morgan. I think we saw Morgan unpainted before. Okay, that would be okay. Again, I don't know who is who, but I think well, at least one of these is new, right? Or they're both new, but you know what I mean. Like this is our first, time seeing them out. But this guy is a pickup for me. I don't know about this guy. I think so. I'll probably get him if I can. But this guy is a pickup for me. He looks cool. Ezekiel's on the left. Everything seems like an army builder. Sentinel, you know me so well. You know me so well. I know, and here I am cutting back on my army building by at least a figure or two. Um, but you're right, everyone seems like an army. That's why you saw my garage, man. That's why I've really got a problem. I've mentioned this before, but I'm a heavy user. I'm what you call a heavy user. You need to slow it down. But that guy looks really cool. He looks really cool. This must be, so Ezekiel's on the left, so this is Morgan then. So Morgan uh, looks like an awesome figure. Looks like an awesome figure. I gotta give you some 100s on that one. Yeah, you're right. Everyone looks like an army builder. I know, huh? I told you I never could army build when I was a little kid, so I think I'm warped somehow. You know, I had one stormtrooper. I had to pretend when he died that I had another one just popped up. There was a whole bunch of them, and in my mind there was 20 of them, even when I only had one. And I think it's warped me. Ezekiel 25:17. I don't know my verses. I know John 3:16, but that's about it. And maybe the Lord's Prayer or something like that. I don't remember if we saw Ezekiel, but Morgan, we saw him painted. Okay. Yeah, it looks really good. Looks really good. And then we have seen these guys before. I actually have these three on pre-order. I believe the guy in the middle and the guy on the right used the same buck, but different heads, I think. But yeah, I got all these guys pre-ordered. Only gotten one Walking Dead figure, and as far as I know, it's the only one that's actually made it out. Haven't seen anyone else doing reviews or in their hauls showing off any of these figures. Hopefully they'll get cooking on them and start shipping them out. The path of the righteous man is beseeched on all sides. Pulp Fiction. Oh, there you go. Glorious anger, furious anger. That's what it was. Furious anger. He means from Pulp Fiction. Ah, okay. That's Merle, Rick, and a trooper. Yeah. So yeah, I did Sentinel. I did Army build the trooper. Man, no surprises. No surprises with you, Sentinel. Yes, I did Army build this guy. I grabbed one of these and one of these. So one of each of these guys, and then I did a little Army build on this trooper. I was paying some bills and thought, you know what, I better do it today. If I want to Army build, I better do it right now. So I went ahead and that's the thing when you use the overseas retailers. They charge you up front. It's not big bad. They come and they take your money. So I did break off a little cash to make sure I got a couple of these guys here. Still waiting on that High figure from Haya. Oh, yeah, I've only got that Negan. He's the only one I ever got. And as far as I know, that's the only one. We're already in October. It's only a couple months left. They've only got one out. Oh, Nero from Star Trek. Yeah, we haven't gotten any Star Trek. I got really quiet again. I did get my Cobra Trooper. He's in my next haul. You'll see him, and I did get my Viper. But yeah, I slowed down again. Here's some more Joes from Haya. I did Army built this guy too. Now I'm embarrassed. Now I don't want to tell you I Army built it, but you already know. Did Army build the Crimson Viper here, or the Crimson Guard. I have the Zombie King. Oh, you got the Zombie King? Okay. That's one I didn't get because I'm not into the scary stuff. So that one came out too then. Okay. So the Negan and the Zombie King. Does anybody else have any of them shown up? Didn't see any Star Trek at Haya's Shanghai booth. That's a bummer. That's a good point, Jeff. Here's the Crimson Twins. I wonder why. Who is this guy here? Anybody recognize this guy here in the middle? He's got a flat top right here. It looks like he comes with an extra head. Is that Outback? That's a Joe, I'm guessing. I did Army build this guy too. This Range Viper. My Cobra armies are pretty vast. Oh, you got your Army build too. Good. I don't feel so bad now. But yeah, I'm guessing that's a Joe right there. I can't tell. Oh, that's Shipwreck maybe. Maybe that's a hat. That's not a hat top. That's not a flat top. That's the little Navy cap. Or it could be Tunnel Rat. Yeah, there you go. Maybe it's him. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. 3 a.m. here, so I'll catch this. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for representing, like always. I do appreciate it. I'll see you in the comments, I hope, pretty soon. Thanks for checking out the Toy Talk. Make it bigger. I wish I could. I think I can. Alright, make it smaller. Yeah, can't make it bigger, sorry. I usually stop at 7 or 8 of each now. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I was doing like 10, and I can't do it anymore. I'm thinking like 5, 6 maybe. The Chinese says sailor, so shipwreck. Okay, yeah. I started. The more I looked at that, what I was thinking was it looked like Guile from Street Fighter, or it would have been awesome if these would have been because aren't they doing Contra? Someone's doing Contra. And one of the Contra guys, the blonde guy, I think kind of has hair like that, if I remember correctly. You read Chinese, Jeff? Didn't know that. Well, it makes sense, though. Is that Chinese? I don't even know. I'm guessing it's Chinese. It's in China. And then that is nothing. There we go. More stuff. Creatures. Oh, there they are right there. Yeah, that's the Contra guys. That's what I was thinking. That guy kind of looked like Contra a little bit. I'd love to get these in, 118. But they, too, are dipping their toe into 112. I'm sorry, it really depends. I have like 100 Cobra blue shirts. Holy smokes, 100? Control plus scroll on mouse. Oh, okay. Let's give it a try. Oh, let's go back to him. Control. Oh, there you go. Oh, come on. Oh, did I go too far? This is probably not the time to experiment. Sentinel, I let you down. I am sorry. I think when I was clicking, I did something. It does look bigger though, but I don't know if it is. Okay, let's try one more time, guys. I don't want to waste your time, so control. Oh man, I'm sorry, Sentinel. I just can't do it. I'd have to practice a little bit. My computer skills are lacking. Let's see. That was Haya. That was what we saw at Haya. I think like my screen is. Did I leave it like big? Like, oh man, I did. What did I do? Sentinel. What did I do? Oh, I'm at 200%. That's why. Okay, there we go. That looks like normal. Where to go? I know they had some blockies in here somewhere. We looked at Boris Ping, didn't we? No, we didn't look at Boris Ping. Let's look at Boris Ping. We looked at Planet Green Valley. Looked at Haya. Looked at some of the big guys. No, but my Google Translate app does. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm still blown away. Mike's got 100 Cobra blue shirts. That's crazy. I keep most teams to around 20 or 30. That's a very nice round number. I like that. My kind of guy. My kind of guy. Boris Ping. Here we go. A lot of new stuff here. I'm still been waiting on the girl here in the top left corner. Let's try it. I'm gonna do it one more time. I don't know if I should. I can't do it. I'm a failure. I gotta stop doing that. Although I was trying to please everyone. But yeah, this girl up here, I've been waiting for her to go in pre-order. I do want this one. These look like some of the other ones that have been teased, but a couple of these look a little different. I can't tell. Again, Boris Ping's Instagram page, at least when I was making these tabs, hadn't posted anything about this. So they're there. Other people are posting their stuff, but their page itself didn't really have anything when I was trying to put this together. That girl in the corner seems like an army builder. Oh, you're just poking me now. You're poking me now. Poke the bear. She could be, huh? She could be. Though I've never army built anything Boris Ping. I've never army built Boris Ping. I think I have four, right? I have five Boris Ping figures. Wasn't crazy happy with the last ones. One of them's really good. She's sitting over here. Um, but the other one, not as much. But I know Pirates really liked them. Um, they look good. They're very reasonably priced too. We were talking about the Planet Green Valley being 55. These typically aren't nearly as much, like half the cost, and they're all interchangeable. Um, the pop and swaps, and they've got all the goodies and articulation that you need. But you're not hitting that 55, 89 price tag. So good deal. These Boris Ping figures are pretty good. Just felt a little bit the last one half of only got two. So one of them was really good. One of them I had a little bit of problems with, loose joints, falling apart. But then the other one was great. The other one was perfect. I have like 8 Boris Ping figures. I dig them. Yeah, I dig them too. Yeah, hopefully it gets bigger. Are these Jeff, if you're still there, are these fairly easy to find in China too? Like the Planet Green Valley stuff? I know this is probably small batch just like that. I'm curious. It seems like there was a picture too. I don't know. Maybe we'll go look at it. I think it was a picture of Kit Lau with the Boris Ping. With Boris Ping. I think it was Boris Ping. And Kit Lau like hanging out at the show, I guess. Talking figures. I'd love to go to this show. It's about as far as you can get away from where I'm at, though, so I doubt I'll ever be able to make it there. But this looks like a really good 118 show. Boris Ping showed some amazing stuff. Yeah, I know. I wish there was more to it here. We'll check. We'll check in a minute. We'll go look around. Acid Rain. So this was that. Acid Rain. I thought we were gonna focus, and we are. But maybe I could do this now. I guess it's okay. I don't know if it's okay. Is it okay? I think it's okay. Some of the guys here in this Acid Rain group I'm in, they posted some photos. Maybe they got these off that Facebook page. We'll start here. But lots of vehicles. And I remember when we started talking, when this came up and they teased it, I was hoping, I was like, I hope it's not a one-off. It does not look like a one-off. It looks like they're coming out with some really cool stuff. It looks like a hovercraft, maybe like a tank. I don't even know what you call these. But man, they look good. They look really good. We need more Acid Rain Camelbots. Yes, we do. Can get Boris Ping here, but I don't see it much. Okay. Yeah. Acid Rain, this was... I was complaining a couple shows ago. I was like, Kit, why are you getting into 112 and Legos and pins and get back to 118? And it wasn't me, but looks like, I'm guessing with all of the engineering and these three look like they share some things, but they are all new. There's no pieces of the Ankylo on here. There's no pieces of some of the other stuff he's done. It doesn't look like. So it looks like he has been grinding it out, and he's come up with a couple of different vehicles with that exclusive flying one from the AMM, the orange one. Looks like 4 vehicles. So he has been hard at work. They look really good. I want them. I do want them. Don't know if I can afford them though. Any guesses what you think these figures or these vehicles will cost? There's a good size comparison to I'm going to call this one the hovercraft one with an Ankylo. I don't know, man. I'm afraid to even. Got to be a couple $100, I'm guessing. I mean, Jeff, you had sent me the what the price was for that exclusive flying machine, and it wasn't nearly as much as I thought expected. Reminds me of the whale. Yeah, it does a lot. Um, but these are so big. And the way things are right now, I just can't see it being. It's got to be at least $200, I'm guessing, at least. The figures are going for like 45, 40 something. Um, this is a lot more plastic. This is a lot bigger. I don't know. I don't know. These vehicles are Project Black Box, not for Toys Alliance. I don't think. We'll be curious to see what the quality is compared to Toys Alliance. That's so weird too, because this, I don't know, it's got to be like a financial thing, because I noticed this during this show. Kit Lau's Instagram was posting a lot of stuff from the show. He was posting on his Instagram. But if you looked at the Acid Rain official, there's like nothing from the show really. And I don't understand that. Like, they should either be the same, or one have something exclusive to something else. You're gonna show one on one of the not on the other. But all of the pictures are all on Kit Lau's Instagram, not on the Acid Rain official site or thing, which I thought was kind of odd. But there's the little flyer there. Looks cool. Here's the inside of one of the. Almost looks like you can set up those CamelBots, right, for repair or a mech or something. Like, almost like there's little stairs there, like a machine shop repair. But that was what I was saying too. Is why the splitting of the Project Black Box being its own thing. You know, if it's not a collaboration exclusive like the arcade one up and some of those other things, like why? And then the 112 scale, he brought in that other. I forgot what they're not Finex. I forgot what they're called now. But why is he splitting them all up? It usually, I thought, like, in business, it could be a tax thing. That was what I was trying to say, like a financial thing. But usually they want to, you don't want to dilute the brand, right, by creating all these side ones, because people will not connect the dots sometimes, or you want the people that are hardcore Acid Rain to just jump over to this other one. So by calling it something else and putting it under a different page and different exclusivity and all that, usually waters down a brand. I'm curious why why he's doing that. I'm sure it's a financial thing. They're offsetting the cost because they're collaborating, or maybe they're the ones that it was their idea and they hired him to do it. I mean, I'm sure there's something behind it, a business thing. Because the other thing that came up was, it was called Dims, and I don't know if it's in here. Did you guys see the Acid Rain Dims? They were posting something about Dims. It was called DIMS, and it was like little robot guys that looked like they were 1/18 scale. I don't know if I can find it. But do you guys know what I'm talking about? Acid Rain belongs to Kit. His personal company is Scornex. Can see logo on packages. Oratory was his first manufacturer. Toys Alliance is his second. Not sure yet what Project Black Box is. Yeah, why so many? Why so many? Unless you were going to sell them. Like, I'll sell pieces of the company rather than, the whole thing. Or it's a tax, like a R&D. Because I know, like, in business where I'm at, costs associated with the business are write-offs, like R&D, research and development, or it's billable to a client. So I'm guessing that's probably what it is. I mean, he's a smart man. So I'm sure that's what it is. Oh, here it is. This was the picture I was talking about. I love Planet Green Valley. So I don't know this, but I was assuming that one of these guys is one of these guys Boris Ping? Jeff? You know this Kit Lau, is that one of these guys Boris Ping? I'd love to see some 118 robot figs. Yeah. These vehicles seem more modular like Kit's. I'm guessing Kit found another partner to work with one of these. Maybe they can do them at a lower price point. Yeah. Yeah. It's mostly just Kit working with different people that leads to these partners and collaborations. The guy on the left is Wei Hu. Who is Pete Green Valley? Okay. Is Boris Ping like his Western name? Is that, or is it? Because I always thought when I heard the name Boris Ping, without ever seeing him, I thought it was like someone from Russia. Because the name Boris, to me, I don't know. I hope I'm not stereotyping, but I thought Boris. Oh, that's probably like Eastern European. Those are us from Asia. Oh wow, just found it. Thanks, Kevin. Welcome, Kevin. If I didn't shout you out before. Wei Hu is the artist behind Planet Green Valley, like Kid is the artist driving S-Train. They are each their babies. Okay. Very cool. And he's got that figure again. Yeah, I'm still... Is that a prototype? It must be. It must be. The only thing colored are the heads. That looks like a cool figure, though. You know, it could double as an underwater. You're into doing that, scuba or space, right? But yeah, those dims. I don't know where those dim things are, man. It was DIMS. Yeah, I don't see them here. This thing's really cool. Life size, 1:1 scale. All look really good. Yeah, I'm glad, Acid Rain is back. Here is the Douglas. I did pre-order this guy, grabbed one of them. Expensive, but less than what he was going for on Big Bad by quite a bit. Says no way who is the creator of Planet Green. Boris Ping is a different person with that toilet. Oh yeah, because I'm getting Boris Ping and Planet Green Valley mixed up. You're right. But is Boris Ping, is he Eastern European? Like I'm guessing. I don't know. Hey Tech. Oh, Tech 489. Yo 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 yo. Welcome welcome. We're just going through the WonderCon stuff. What I can find of it. That mech looks sweet. Yeah, it does. Yes. There's a lot of good stuff here. But yeah, all this stuff was basically on Kit's page. And I'm guessing, when you look at that the Acid Rain world is really like promoting people that are photographing and actually playing with the toys. Where his page, he's actually like talking a little bit more, showing off stuff. But there's one right there though. That was a not fan one. There's the black box that we looked at before. Some really cool stuff. That's a cool shot right there. Ludwig. That's a great shot. That's funny. I wonder where he got the pool table. Very cool. Maybe he made it. Let's see. Where were we? Let's go back to here because these guys did have some stuff. I probably went over too fast. Wang Wanping is the creator of Boris Ping. Boris is probably his English name or nickname. Okay. So Wanping, and then he changed to Boris Ping. Okay, that makes sense. Kind of like Tony Creek. That's my alias. It's my online alias. Is this the dim stuff? Was I on this earlier? Love the Astray minifigs that look like Lego. I think this is them. Yeah, I think this is the dim stuff. I don't see it marked as dims. Let's see. What if I go like this and I go Acid Rain World Dims? That was gonna work. Global dimming. Acid rain. Yeah, you put an acid rain, it's like climate. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Nice try though. Um, I thought this was them though. Oh yeah, it says dims right there in red. Yeah, so this is the dim stuff. I think it's 118. And they're like little robot guys. And then there's figures there. Look at this guy. He looks like he's got a cowboy hat on. I believe these are 118. Has anybody heard about these dims? This is the first time I think that they've shown them off was at this show. Historically, a lot of Chinese people will adopt an alternate English name. English first name, yeah. And when foreigners go to China, you adopt an alternate Chinese name. There's just things here. Yeah, no, I have a friend, Korean friend named Young, and he wanted to be called like Steve or something. Oh man, what was his brother's name? Oh man, what was his name? I forget now. But yeah, they had English names, and they wanted to be, at school they wanted to be called the English name. A guy that I work with, his name's Co, but he goes by Eric. So yeah, I guess maybe that's universal type thing. You have an alternate name, Javelong in Toy City. Yep, my wife gave me that one. You need for official things in Taiwan. Oh, okay. Are you in Taiwan now? I thought you were in Hong Kong. I know you were talking about moving. You don't have to tell me in the chat if you don't want. But that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, these dims look pretty fun. Little robot guys with some other guys. Again, I don't know what this dims. If maybe he's gonna do like Joyto 125 scale or 124. Or, again, I'm not sure. Subline. They look cool though. Looks like these are all prototypes. So maybe we'll see them soon. Dim seems to be a new Toy Alliance project. I gather no involvement with Kip. They are 118 figures. Okay. Still in Hong Kong, but I was in Taiwan and we'll go back eventually. Okay, cool. Very cool. But yeah, there was a lot of acid rain. What am I missing here? Where are the blockies? That's what I wanted to see. It's right here. This is the blockies, I think. Yeah. So, Bjorn, if you're still there, you probably know all about this stuff. In fact, I think you sent me a picture with these guys, these blanks. But it looks like they're doing DC. Got some blanks. Kamen Rider. Is that Naruto? I think, yeah. Don't know my anime. I can't even see what those are. But it looks like blockies are all the rage. Here's the Star Wars one, which I'm curious how they'll scale. Might be cool to have a couple of these guys if they're smaller in your ranks of stormtroopers, to give off different height variation, so like real people rather than having all vintage collection stormtroopers. But I'm not quite sure what they'll actually be compared to, Hasbro vintage collection stuff. But yeah, it looks like Blockies is like taking over. I'm surprised at how many licenses they've got and how quickly they're growing. I mean, I only heard about them a month or two ago, and then now I'm seeing like they're everywhere, and they've got all the major. I mean, the only for me as a American, the only guy I think I'm not seeing here is Marvel. Got Transformers, got Star Wars. We just went over Naruto, Kamen Rider, DC. They're all the rage. And we saw, I think in our last show, we looked at the Superman blocky, which would look like it was already in color and everything done rather than these prototype looking ones here. But very cool. Very cool. Some of those blockies are bigger than Galaxy 4 in scale, I think. Yeah, that Superman, didn't we thought he was about 5 inches or 5 1/4 or so. So maybe that's what these guys are. They're in that range. I don't know. But yeah, they're all the rage. I'm surprised at how many. I mean, even this now you can they're doing creatures as well, because everything else so far that I've seen from Blockies, I might be wrong again. You guys correct me. I'm new to the Blocky game. They've all been single figures, single characters, whether it's Optimus Prime or that Superman we saw. But this is the first like creature Blocky that I've seen, and that looks like that would work with almost any scale. Did you find the Blockies blank Bodhi? I think I did. Was that really scary, ugly looking one? I think I might have. I think Bjorn might have sent that to me. Some of these aren't licensed for the USA. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've only seen Transformers so far, but there was a lot of them, different series of them, and probably this happens, just like with Small Joe's and the Haya. I saw them at a comic book store who sometimes brings in like single import figures. They might get like 2 Acid Rain figures, or 4 or 5 Joy Toy figures, like not things you would normally find. And they had a whole bunch of Blockies, like ones I'd never seen before, but they were all Transformers. And so I thought maybe some of those were from overseas, or not quite sure. Did you find the Blockies blank Bodhi? I read that one. I don't think no company outside of Hasbro can make foreign Star Wars due to contracts. Yeah, I think you're right about that. So these guys are probably a little bit smaller, a little bit taller, which I think would fit into, if it's not too big, might add some variation to your Vintage Collection armies. But I think you're right about that. You're right. They got the monopoly on that, at least in the States, right? I think Super 7 has that same deal with G.I. Joe. That's one of the reasons Haya, I think, can't do any business here, because Super 7 does the Reaction Plus and Reaction G.I. Joe, the 3.75, so nothing else. At least that's how I understood it. That's one of the reasons that we can't get the Haya Joes here. Super 7 had a monopoly on that in the States. They paid a lot of money for that license, probably. Got any info on the new 118th Street? Oh, yeah. We did. We did, Michael. I think you guys don't mind if I jump back real quick, do you? Or how could I find that? Yeah, we did talk about that. And shout out to Sentinel. MCR sent me a link to a guy that did the first review of the Jazzwares Stranger Thing 375, 118. I'm guessing they're 375 or they're 118. I don't know. Jazzwares does 118, right? The Fortnite guys were 118. They were bigger than Star Wars guys, so I think they're actually 118. But yeah, we talked a little bit about these. Apparently, Wildman here says that he found these at Target, and they're $10 a pop, and they're to scale, very posable. I think the only thing that was missing was waist articulation, but it had ankle, it had wrist, it had elbows, it had knees, weight, had shoulders, had a ball hinge head with ball jointed head with the hinge. So keep on the lookout for those. But I'm gonna have to check out this Wildman. I've never heard of him. He's got a lot of subscribers. And he looks like he collects 118, so I'm always down to help support another 118 guy. I had not heard of him. Let's go back here. Pinker, shout out to Pinker. I haven't seen him tonight. I haven't been able to watch. He was on Whip Wednesday with Pirates. I don't know if you guys caught it. I haven't been able to watch it yet. But shout out to Pinker if he's out there. He's doing some great work. Those are 375. Okay. I'm surprised Hasbro's okay with Blockies making 4-inch Star Wars, even overseas. Like over here, Hasbro Star Wars is sold well. Oh, okay. Blockies may be different type of toy from what Hasbro does for Star Wars model kit versus action figures. Yeah, I think you're right. Did you guys get any of the F4, F5, those Batman DC figures that were like model kits. They were like perfect 1/18 scale, but you had to put them together. I got the Batman. I got a set of them. They're not bad. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Sweet, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Leonard Titus. Yeah, Blokies are billed as model kits, so maybe that's the difference, or maybe Hasbro just doesn't care that much about the market outside North America. Don't know. Yeah, Hasbro. It's hard to figure them out, huh? Let's see. Who did we miss? I don't think I hit everything. But that's all I got. I wish I was accepted to that group that Bob mentioned, but I did not know about it. I'm sure they have a lot better photos than this. There's a lot of stuff here. Don't really know. Snail shell. I know it's not our scale. I've seen videos of them. They look awesome. And I saw these too, and I'm guessing these aren't our scale as well. Roman key. Never heard of it. Look pretty awesome. This guy's got boxing gloves on. Big guy. Mia. These look cool. Again, I don't think they're our scale. Wow. Look at the hips on that girl. Crazy. Very crazy. Gigi. Cece. Got some cool names. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. I think this is the Joy Toy, right? But they were all 124 scale or 125 scale. Yeah, 125. So Joy Toy really going deep into 125. I know they always have, but it seemed like from what I saw at this, I only have this Instagram really to go on, that they really focused on the 125 scale. The newer kind of stuff that they kind of showed us on Instagram. Looks cool. If it was my scale, I'd be inclined to probably make a purchase or two. Love those paint jobs by Pinker. Yeah, he's really good at painting. He was showing these off on Pirate Stream last week. Yeah, I know I need to watch that. But that was all I really saw. I guess we can look. I don't think Joy Toy again. I don't think Joy Toy really. I should close that. I think Joy Toy really posted a lot from the show, which is, again, I find so funny. They go through the effort to do that great big show, and that's what social media is for, to promote your product. And they don't really even on this, at least on their official, they don't even acknowledge the show that they were there. Is this it? Oh, here they are. Yeah, here they go. So there you go. I was wrong. Warhammer 40K. Don't think anything's new here though. Yeah, this all looks like stuff. I got one of those. This looks like all stuff we've seen before, but at least they posted about it. It's more than the other ones did. But very cool stuff, man. A lot of stuff to look forward to. Let's go back to here. Oh, my light just went out. That's okay. 2025 is Joy Toy's 10th anniversary. Oh, really? Didn't know that. And they've only been around 10 years, and they've kind of cornered the game. 118. The dude who reviewed the Gordon also reviewed 11 of the Sheriff. 11 and the Sheriff. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'll check him out later. I think that big 125 Joy Toy truck folds out into a playset. Yeah, I think you're right. It did. Man, I like that scale. It's very mask-like. If you ever had Mask when you were a kid, I did like that scale. I had a lot of Mask stuff, but it wasn't quite. I didn't love it quite as much as my G.I. Joe and my Star Wars stuff. All right, guys. So, was there anything else? I know I didn't touch everything. That show was so big, and I only have limited to the pictures that I could find on Instagram. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Maybe I'm gonna check in on Marvin's Kickstarter. Glad to see it got a little bump after the show that Bob did, and I really want to have one fun. Let's see. I'm gonna just check it here on the side really quick, guys. show you if it's worth showing you. Yeah, this is just a little over 8,000 still. So not bad. A little ways to go. I think we're going to do it. It's scary how good those ones are. I know. I wish I could do that, but just can't. I've seen, I see them all the time, and they're fairly, Joy Toy stuff I think is fairly reasonably priced comparatively. Um, they sometimes have figures for $20 less, those army builders. But it's the scale. I'm a scale snob. I'm a scale jerk. I'm like, no, can't do it. Don't touch it. Have to stop somewhere. 125 scale Fist of the North Star figures are awesome. Yeah, I've seen those on Big Bad, and they do have that big fat guy who, when I looked up his measurements, he was like 4.25, but it was like you said, I think it was like $70-$80 for two of them. It was a 2-pack, and the big guy looked like he would fit 118. I've seen those, yeah, and I don't know that franchise, but I did see those figures on Big Bad, and they do look good, man. They do. I'm sort of like surprised that there's this whole other scale, modern articulated vehicles, everything even more than ours, because that's the whole thing about us is like we can world build, we can creatures and vehicles and play sets. They can do it just as good or better as you get smaller, right? I know Bob likes Mega Blocks. I've been into Mega Blocks too before, and it's great because they're this big and they're articulated, and you can get a big castle and you can do all kinds of stuff. But I gotta keep it at 118. In fact, I have a big Mega Blocks castle in the garage that I've never put together, and a whole bunch of Assassin's Creed and what else did I get? I got a whole bunch of World of Warcraft ones, Mega Blocks. I have a little collection of that. I didn't show you guys that in the garage tour. It's basically like a box and a bag, and that's the whole collection. I got out of that before I got sucked in too far. Bob has the castle. Yeah, I've seen that. It's beautiful. I'm not big on putting things together. That's why I think the model kits that we were talking about, like the F5 stuff or like the blockies. It's just enough. Like I can do it, sit down for 10-15 minutes, get it done, and I'm happy with the result. I don't get frustrated trying to put it together. It doesn't take days. I know a lot of people enjoy putting puzzles together, for example, big puzzles that take 3 people 5 days, 6 days to put together. That's not really my thing. I'm a 118 snob. Yeah, welcome to the club. Welcome to the party. Yeah, those Joy Toy 125 figures could be just smaller humanoids. Yeah, 118 world. Make them great infiltration. You're trying to talk me into getting another scale, Bob. I can't do it. But yeah, guys, that's the show. That's all I got. Went on for a long time. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by. Can't do this without you. Bob, thanks for having me on again today. And go check out that video, and I hope you'll consider backing the Kickstarter, The Edge Blaine by Marvin Wynn. Nice guy, Marvin. Nice dude. But yeah, that's all I got. Keep an eye on the channel. Like I said, I think I've got 3 videos. They're already kind of shot. I need to edit each one, and one of them, like the Hammerhead, I didn't like part of it when I looked at it today, so I might reshoot a little piece of it. Yeah, sometimes I don't even like to watch my own videos. I'm like, if I don't like to watch it, no one else's, I need to redo this and kind of clean it up. So I'm going to be doing that. Thank you, Bob. Yep, cheers to you, Jeff. I'll see you in 2 weeks, though. We'll check in on Rise of Nexus. We'll check in on The Edge. Who knows what else might happen. I had skipped on I was going to talk about the Cyberzoic card game that just kind of went up and funded already, because I'm kind of invested in the Cyberzoic stuff, but there's just so much news this time I had to cut that out. And there was a couple other things that I didn't even write down. I said, oh, okay, I don't have time. Hello, I recently, by High Toys 118, tried Daryl Dixon. Quality so good. Oh, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry I can't read your name. I don't know if it will tell me, but thank you for stopping by. And I have not, I pre-ordered that figure, and I'm looking forward to getting it. It's good to hear that you're the first person I've heard that has it, and it's good. I believe you. The one figure I got, the Negan, was really good. Really enjoyed it. Have it right here, actually, underneath this table. But thank you, everyone, for coming. Keep an eye on the channel. If you ever want to talk, leave a comment here in this video, or you can shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You know, we're doing this together, and I appreciate all the likes and the comments and you guys showing up and participating. And even if you didn't participate, thank you for watching. So we see there's a few more than comment, which pretty normal, I think. But thank you, everyone. There was a lot of you tonight, so I don't know if I can shout out everyone, but thank you all for coming. I do appreciate it. I'm just going to move this over here. See you in the next one, I hope. See you in the comments. That's a better ending line, right? I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.